challenge battle between the Sheboygan A's and the hometown Kenosha Kings. Today in the Wisconsin State League, even though we're playing at Wildwood Park, a little bit different type of atmosphere for Sheboygan to be the road team at their own park, but nonetheless, the lineup today for Sheboygan look like Alex Ames leading off, George Haas hitting second, Harry Stelz the 3-hole hitter, Jacob Neese is hitting fourth, Chase Hanselman is hitting fifth, Jamie Jurgensen, the 6-hole hitter, is playing first, Cal Casper is behind the plate, he's in seventh, Emmett Salin is the right fielder and he's hitting eighth, and D8 Flash Marty.
He pitched the other day, picked up the loss, but it was just great to see him out on the mound throwing, and hopefully he's over that injury that caused his delay on the mound.
And you want to take defense?
Kenosha, the battery is Elton Warren on the mound and Harrison Garrett catching. Over at first is Jared Bujoz. At first, over at second is Sheboygan North grad, Joel Cotty. No, not that Jack Ryan. At short, Ryan Lesnick. In left field is Devontae Glenn. In center field is JT Reed. And in right field is Aaron.
Ethan Warren on the mound for the Kenosha Kings, the left-hander. Don't see many of those. Face Sheboygan, see how Sheboygan handles it. Seen a lot of righties so far this season. No Sheboygan A has more than 5 left-handed pitcher this season. Definitely be a different experience for the starting lineup. Kenosha's coming off a win versus the Green Bay Blue Ribbons. They played earlier. They won 3-2 over Green Bay to tie themselves for a three-way tie in first place with Sheboygan and West Dallas in the Wisconsin State League.
Kyle Stone is the manager for the Kings. And they started their season off against Addison, swept 2. So what's interesting about that sweep at the beginning of the year for the State League, they won both games 5-4. But one of them was a 5-4 win in 8 innings. But
go a little extra innings in those 7-inning games. Gotta be weird winning by the same score back-to-back games. What if that? Think about that at all. But Alex Ames about ready to step in as Warren is finishing up his warm-up pitches. About ready to get this Wisconsin State League Challenge game started. Sheboygan will be the home team tonight against Lombard because they go to Lombard for 4 games, so they get their one home game. That'll be tomorrow against the Orioles, and they're away tonight as well against the Addison Braves.
Umpires today, John Appelgren is at home plate, Michael Baird is at first, and Jason Worth is at third. 3-umpire crew, we don't see that very often.
First pitch to Ames, in there for a strike. Alex Ames still getting on base at a high clip. His averages dipped just a tad. Even get that back up this weekend. A couple big Wisconsin State League games. He takes the ball there. When he's getting on base, this team's a different animal with his stolen base threat. Pitch to Ames is high. 2-1 now on the A's leadoff batter. Ames back in center field tonight where he's been so good for the Sheboygan team. So consistent out there. Getting that first read. Making that first right step. 2-1. Ames pops one up. Foul territory. Chasing after it is the catcher. Making the catch is Harrison Garrett for the first out.
That was a good play by Garrett. Got out of his catching stance in a hurry to hustle over and get a beat on it. And he did what all people that are going to catch the pop-up should do. I got it.
So important to make that call. We see so many people run into each other when no one makes the call. Ends up in disaster. George Haas now the hitter for the A's, and he takes the first pitch strike. Haas definitely not having the start to the season that he would like, but he's hitting that 2-hole for a reason. Takes a strike in there. 0-2, 2 quick strikes on the A's 2-hole hitter, George Haas. Haas at shortstop today without Riley Palmquist in the lineup. He gets a chance back in the infield after he played right a few games in a row. Fouls it back off the screen. Remains 0-2 on Haas. Haas from Marion College, one of the many A's again from Marion. Takes a pitch outside.
It's a pipeline.
Yeah. You go to Marion, you play for the A's in the summer, just kind of tradition at this point. 1-2 on Haas. Taken outside for a ball. He was up at 2-2.
Another big win for this Kenosha team was they beat Lombard 5-3 on June 8th. That was a Monday, scoring 2 runs in the top of the 8th in what was a first game of a doubleheader again. They won it in extra innings. Second game of that doubleheader happened to be rained out. Not surprising.
Yeah, A's had a game rained out against the Menasha Max on Thursday after having a game rained out on the road on Wednesday. So, first game since the Tuesday game versus the Blue Ribbons. That was at Wildwood Park. And Haas takes ball 4. Took 4 balls in a row after a start with an 0-2 count. He works the walk.
You know, if we look at it from a positive way, Sheboygan had 2 games rained out this week. They were supposed to be at Kewaskum on Wednesday, it was rained out. And then they were supposed to play Menasha at home on Thursday. That one also rained out. The good part about that is the pitching staff is ready to go for the weekend.
Wouldn't be surprised to see Recolytis sometime and Schmidt sometime this weekend. Pitch to Harry's outside for a ball. Haas has a stolen base threat at first base. See if he goes. Test the arm of Harrison Garrett behind the plate. More difficult to steal a base with a left-hander on the mound, though, as Stout takes a ball. Ball 6 from Warren.
Haas has 4 stolen bases so far this year.
Team leader 6 is Alex Ames. Pitch. It's high again. Ball 7 from Warren. See if he can find the zone. Wouldn't want to make a mistake. Pitch to Harry. Sure, he's got the green light. Three-0 pitch is right in there for a strike. And he ends his ball streak at 7. Still the third baseman today, moves Nice over to second base. With Haas at short and Jimmy at first, completes the Sheboygan infield as Harry takes ball 4. And 8 of 9 have missed now for Warren on the mound. 2 men on for Sheboygan, both via the walk.
The other night in our game, Sheboygan was able to take advantage of the gifts given to them, and these are gifts. You know, you don't have to do anything, just have a good eye. And now we got men on base. Let's get them in.
Jacob Neese leads the team with at bats with runners in scoring position with 20 so far this season. See me deliver here, swing and a miss. He had 2 hits with runners in scoring position last game against Green Bay on Tuesday.
I noticed that too.
Pitch to Neese. Swing and a miss. Bats back strong, fastballs by Warren, got past the bat of Neese.
Put in a good spot too.
0-2. See where Warren goes with this pitch, tries to waste one or tries to challenge the bat of Neese. And he wastes one. It gets past the catcher. And Garrett will have no play. Both runners advance, and 2 runners in scoring position now for Sheboygan.
I almost thought he might have had a play at Harry at second, but the second baseman never went over to cover the base.
And even if he did, it would have been challenging throw, because then you never know if Haas would have come home and kind of in a difficult defensive situation there. But anyway, 1-2 count. Runners on second and third, Harry and George Haas. His knee swings and misses.
Boy, he
second
had
out.
3 swings at those pitches, and he didn't look good really on any of those swings.
Bring up Chase Hanselman, the 5-hole hitter.
Hanselman was gone the other night. We missed him even though we won. He hit in .333. Oh, I knew that.
Chase coming off that hot streak where he went 6 for 9 before going 0 for 4 in his last game against Green Bay. Swing and a miss, and it went from 8 balls in a row to 4 whiffs in a row.
Yeah. Little inconsistent, but now Warren has been inconsistent in a good way.
0-1, still those 2 runners in scoring position for Sheboygan. See if Hanselman can deliver, give the A's an early lead. Hanselman lines one down the left field line, but foul. A loud strike there for Chase Hanselman, who for sure brought in both runs. And he might have been standing at second base as well. But instead, it's just a strike. Hanselman steps in. Warren looks in. From the stretch, he delivers. Swing and a miss. Another strikeout for Warren. And after a shaky start, he fights and strikes out the last 2 batters with runners in scoring position. No score through a half an inning.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you help support programs like Boys and Girls Clubs and Girls Who Code that show kids they can dream anything and do even more.
Jeans that fit just right, and the radio.
Back for the bottom of the first inning, and Kenosha is ready to hit in the bottom half inning. And their lineup will look like this. JT Reed is the leadoff hitter. He's at center field. Ryan Lesnick, the former Sheboygan A, is at short. Jared Bujdos is the first baseman. He's in third. Jack Ryan is the third baseman. Aaron Hurd, the dangerous hitter, is the right fielder. He's in fifth. Harrison Garrett's behind the plate. He's in sixth. Joel Cotty is at second, thank you. Eric Rodriguez is the DH, and rounding out is Devontae Glenn. And Marty, you got the Sheboygan defense?
Playing the battery is going to be Ryan Fleisch pitching, Casper catching. Jimmy's over at first, Jacob Neese at second, Harry's at third. George Haas filling in for Palmquist is at short. Round the outfield, Hanselman in left, Ames in center, Emmett Salin in right.
Get just our second look at Brad Ryan Fleisch on the mound this season for Sheboygan. Pitched a few innings against Addison in the one game Sheboygan lost over the weekend last week. They'll play Addison again tonight at 8 o'clock as part of this Wisconsin State League Challenge. Pitch is outside to Reed. And Kenosha, Sheboygan, and West Dallas all on top of the State League right now, Marty.
Good to see us in first place.
4-1, all those three teams sit at right now. Lombard's only played 2 games. One of those you mentioned was against this Kenosha team. But then they scored 16 runs against Addison for their lone win. So Lombard sits at 1-1.
Harry is on the grass over at third, trying to protect against bunt. Reed is a really fast runner.
Plays center field for a reason. The 2-1 pitch to him is line to center field, but Ames is going back on. He's still going back on. It's over his head. See Reed run now. He's rounding second on his way to third, and he's going to be in there easily. A stand-up triple to lead off the game for JT Reed. As the ball that looked like Ames had track of off the bat.
He didn't get it right off the bat. He got a bad break on it, and by that time it was too late. Reed really squared up on it.
Ryan Lesnick, the former Sheboygan A, played for the A's last season. Team leader in walks for a good portion of the early part of the 2025.
You know, I don't remember him last year. Pull out my last year's stat sheet.
Low.
See what we have.
Lesnick, a solid infielder, playing shortstop today for Kenosha. Runner on third, JT Reed, who just tripled. Gives an early scoring threat for the Kings offense. As Lesnick pops one on the left. After it, Hanselman will see if Reed tags. He will. The throw in from Hanselman's a good one, but it's going to be late. JT Reed just too much speed. And Kenosha scores first in the bottom half of the first inning. Really solid throw that time by Hanselman and left.
I was thinking more in terms of Lesnick's at bat. There's a case where hit the ball, you know, maybe you can score a run. When you strike out, you're not helping your team at all.
Ryan Flesch, a really great strikeout pitcher, so the fact that Lesnick was able to get that productive out is very important for Kenosha. They want to steal a couple, even though they're the home team. Still
I hate to
definitely
be
a pro
too
Sheboygan.
critical, but when I looked at Hanselman, the way he lined up for the catch, I knew he wasn't going to throw him out because he was stationary when he caught the ball. Then he took a little crow hop and made an obviously strong throw to the plate. But you got to get back and run in and catch it and throw. And had he done that, he would have had a better chance at Reed.
He definitely felt he was more concerned with just making that catch, getting that out. He knows Reed has great speed. Would have been a difficult throw even if he had gotten behind and made a strong
exactly. So Lesnick last year played in 10 games, had 18 at bats, 24 plate appearances.
Swing and a miss that time by Bujos for the second out.
And in terms of his batting average, let's just say he didn't reach the Mendoza line.
Did have those 6 walks though. Had him very early on in the season. Brings up Jack Ryan, third baseman, not the movie.
Not that Jack Ryan.
Ryan hits one, but right at Harry Stout for the third out, and after the leadoff triple, Ryan Flesch escapes with only just the 1 run. 1-0 Kenosha as we go to the second inning.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you don't just feed yourself or your family. You help support programs like Simply Give that feed our neighbors in need.
Thank you.
I grew up working in my family's supper clubs. This is where it started with us as far as the fish that we serve at Culver's today. We source the finest cod and batter each fillet by hand and always cook it to order. That beautiful golden brown color and flaky on the inside. The fish fry is a Midwest tradition. It's about families coming together. I love bringing this tradition to guests everywhere. Mom and Dad would be proud. Welcome to Delicious.
Wingism number 1, the Flavor Saver. Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor. Wingism number 2, the Joker.
Then her dad walked in. Dude, we're done eating. Use a napkin. You serious? Yeah. Are you serious? Yeah, I'm serious. Why so serious?
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor.
Back to Wildwood Park for the second inning. It's warm out here, Marty. What do you got for game time temperature?
82 degrees, and the wind is definitely blowing out to left. Somebody can get it up in the air, headed towards left field. The wind could carry it out of here.
And speaking of a guy who can get up in the air, Jimmy Jurgensen, after his hot start, is still hitting over 400, 406 with an OPS over 1,200. 3 home runs, that leads the team in 15 RBIs, which also leads the team. Really strong start to the season for Jurgensen as he fouls that one off. And if you think, well, he's facing a left-hander, he can't hit home runs, that's been proven false. After 2 weeks ago now against Appleton, where he hit a walk-off 3-run home run.
Thought it was a good move by the Appleton manager to make him face a left-hander, but Jimmy really spoiled that strategy.
And definitely don't want to miss with the breaking ball to Jurgensen, no matter what hand you throw with. 0-2 now. And awkward swing and a miss that time by Jurgensen for the first out. And Warren's got 3 down in a row, all swinging, and they haven't looked like very comfortable at bats.
Nope, Jimmy didn't look comfortable there. It was a good piece of pitching by Warren.
Casper faced the left-hander against Green Bay, and he got a hit off him. The only Sheboygan A to get a hit off of a left-hander that came in the 8th inning for the Blue Ribbons. That pitch is a strike to Casper.
Casper still struggling with the batting average, but he continues to hit the ball hard. Been hitting into some tough luck.
And he pops it up in the center field. Reed has got a read on it, and he makes the catch for the second out. Like what I did there. At least Casper didn't strike out for Sheboygan, put in play. And now Emmett Salin, who's hasn't got a ton at bats this season, but he's hit the ball well. He's got 3 hits and just his 7 at bats in 2026. 2 of those coming in his last game that he played. He went 2 for 2. Takes a pitch high. And we've said many times he's listed as a catcher, but we've seen him consistently be put in the outfield when he plays for the A's. 1-0 to him, and he hits that one foul right side, 1-1.
At this level, it's really important that you're able to play other positions, because some nights you'll have 15, 20 guys, and the other night you might have 11 or 12, and you have to be adept at being able to play other spots.
And that's what Salem's done. That's why he finds himself in the lineup tonight. 1-2 to him. Steven can get a base runner against Warren. And that just missed.
I was just thinking that's why it's important that you're a right-handed thrower, because it leaves yourself open to other positions. You know, you're not going to put a left-hander at third or short unless you're really forced into it.
2-2 to Salem. He hits one softly down the left field line for a base hit. Another base hit for Salem, and he rounds first, but he'll stick with a single. And the first hit of the night for Sheboygan comes off the bat of Emmett Salem.
Glenn, the left fielder, bobbled it for just a second, but he did such a great job of getting there in a hurry that the bobble didn't cost him. Salem had to hold on at first.
That ball wasn't hit awfully hard, but just enough stuck the bat out there and got it past the outstretched glove of Ryan at third. See if Sheboygan tries to steal a runner in scoring position. Hudson Wagner now up. First pitch to him is outside. Wonder if this starts another stretch of inconsistency for Warren.
That would be, how about just hang a breaking ball to Wagner.
See if he can pop one out of here. Pitch is outside again, and it feels like he just goes through stretches on the mound. You saw it, the first batter was a quick pop-up, and then back-to-back walks, then 3 strikeouts in a row, and then a single and 2 quick balls to Hudson Wagner, now the 9-hole hitter in the A's lineup. Swing and a miss. He's gotten a lot of whiffs, though, from these A's hitters.
I like that idea of swinging at that 2-0 pitch, figuring he's got to come into you.
Sheboygan's not had great contact against his fastball today. 2-1, fouled back. 2-2 now. Kenosha got 1 run in the bottom half of the first inning off of a sacrifice fly from Ryan Lesnick that brought home JT Reed, who led off the game with a triple. 2-2, 2 outs. Deuce is wild in the second inning for Hudson Wagner. And he fouls it back again, stays alive. Now it feels like Warren's back in the zone again. Couple pitches outside, and that whiff from Wagner kind of locked him back in, Philly.
Salem hasn't been looking to run.
They'll be going to any contact with 2 outs. That one's a line to right field. Dropping fastest down for a base hit. Salem stays at second. And a base hit for Hudson Wagner. A little 2-out rally going for the A's.
Good job by Tim Moyer to hold his lead runner, Emmett Salem, at second.
And after the first 7 batters went without a hit, the 8 and 9 hitters are the 2 that start the hitting parade off for the A's.
You're talking about Emmett Ames' first at bat, and I wanted to wait till he came up again to mention this, but we've been blessed with really good center fielders in the Walker boys over the years, and Emmett has stepped up in center and done a real nice job out there.
And pitch to Ames is outside.
So Alex not only does it with getting on base and scoring runs and things, but he also is a fine outfielder.
1-0 pitch to Ames. See if he can bring home a run. Tie this ball game up or give the A's the lead with the ball in the gap. Swing and a miss. Good breaking ball that time by Warren.
Salem playing out and right. He's listed as a catcher, but he does have pretty good speed. I think anything that gets to the outfield, he'll be able to score.
1-1 now on Ames. Outside for a ball. 2-1, 2 outs. Ames the man at the plate. The A's leadoff hitter trying to deliver. He's got 7 RBIs this season. Top 5 in the team. Pitch is popped up and foul out of play. He gets it up at 2-2 now.
Off the roof and across New Jersey Avenue.
We saw from Salem and Wagner and now Ames, Marty. A lot better at bats from Sheboygan hitters.
Finish it off with a base hit. Come on, Alex.
Warren a long look in. The stretch and the pitch. Outside and count runs full on Ames.
Oh, a hit now would really be good because the runners will get a head start.
Haas is on deck if it should reach him. Ames the man right now. Warren. Both runners move up the middle and down for a base hit. Round third, Salem, the throw will be offline, and it's 1-1. A RBI single by Alex Ames ties up the ball game.
Good at bat, Alex.
Another great at bat for Sheboygan. It's 3 hits in a row. One of them coming off the bat of Alex Ames ties the game up.
And Wagner doing good job base running, getting it all the way to third.
Now it's George Haas, an RBI opportunity for him to have the A's take the lead.
Takes
Pitch
me
is
back
high.
to that Green Bay game in the 5th when their pitcher got our first 2 batters, and then we got 6 guys on base in a row.
Be nice to have an inning like that. We kind of have already. Last 3 batters have reached after the first 2 went down. Pitch to Haas is line to right center field. That one's gonna be caught.
Hung up there
Aaron
too much.
Hurd ends the inning on a fly out to right, but George Haas hit the ball well. But Sheboygan ties the game up at 1 as we head to the bottom half of the second inning.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you help support organizations like Hope House Mission and New Hope Shelter that give people around here warmth, shelter, and care.
Me spells the great taste of Sheboygan.
What does it take to stay in business for 75 years? It's not only featuring USDA choice beef, it's not caring about every single one of our 30 varieties of bratwurst. Nope. After being family owned for 3 generations, we've learned it's about you. At Miesfeld's Market, we give back to the community and our customers always come first. Since 1941, we've been feeding our neighbors, so come by and see what we've got today.
Wingism number 3, the Peter Heater.
Oh, so hot.
Oh, so hot!
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor. Wingism number 4, tea time.
What are you, having tea with the queen? Hello. Nice.
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor.
Bottom second inning, Kenosha score in the bottom half of the first. But Sheboygan answered right back and tied it up at 1 with 3 hits in a row. Aaron Hurd, a man due up for Kenosha, followed by Harrison Garrett and Joel Cotty.
Cotty's an interesting guy. He's, I know he's in his 40s. I don't think he's touched 50 yet, but he's older and still enjoys playing, and he's out there playing.
If you can, why not? Great game to play baseball. Hurd swings and misses. Hurd had played 2 league games.
I know he had visions of being drafted, and you know, he looked like he was good enough. I'm not sure if he did either.
Hurd pops it up. Will it stay in play? It will, and Casper makes the catch for the first out.
So Cal didn't throw the mask away. Just located the ball, kept his mask in his other hand, and made the grab.
If you're talented enough to do that way, you don't have to make the extra steps to go grab the mask afterward.
Isn't it 2 hands for beginners?
Cal is no beginner. Brings up Harrison Garrett, the catcher. He also made a pop-up catch in the first inning off of Alex Ames. Ryan Flesh pitches, and that one's right side, foul territory, but it's going to get out of play, foul.
Sheboygan entering action today. Overall is 8-5. They're 4-1 in the state league and 1-1 in the Newble. And you had mentioned at the opening of the broadcast, all these games this weekend, all the teams coming to Sheboygan, playing at the Field of Dreams, and here it's all part of the Wisconsin State League Challenge.
0-1. Pitch. Good breaking ball by Ryan Flesh right in there.
So Cotty was drafted by the Angels in 1995. Right up there with Mike Piazza, who made the Hall of Fame. He was drafted in like the 50-something round.
0-2. Outside. What have you liked from Ryan Flesh so far? We haven't seen him pitch a lot this season, but I feel he's pitched pretty well so far.
Seems like he's got good control and throwing the ball pretty hard.
I wonder how long he'll go in this game. As that one lined up the middle, but Haas is there. Fields and throws over the head of Jurgensen and off the facing of the dugout. That'll be an E6 on George Haas.
Yeah, it looked like a solid base hit. And speaking about solid hits, that one that Haas hit to the gap in right center field looked like it was a gapper, but Hurd plugged the gap, unfortunately.
Yeah, it looked like Haas didn't think he'd get there, but once he got there, you thought, oh, he's going to give a chance to get him out, and then airmailed the throw. Joel Cotty, the MLB draft product, the Angels product in the 90s. Man due up now for the Kings.
That information about his being drafted is from CJ. It's nice to have all that extra time in the middle of the press box. Us guys on the ends are working our butts off.
0-1 now on Cotty. Shows bunt, and it's popped up, and Rhineflesh makes the catch for the second out.
That was a nice pitch by Rhinefleisch. Caught it inside on Joel, and all he could do was protect himself, and he wound up popping it up.
Now there are 2 down in the inning for Eric Rodriguez, the DH, the 8-hole hitter in Kenosha's order. Kings have 1 hit, and that was the leadoff triple. That's how they got their run. Followed by a sacrifice fly by Ryan Lesnick is how Kenosha manufactured their 1 run.
CJ, how do these go? Is this like a time limit? 7 innings. Okay.
Throw over is not in time.
So no time limit, but they are 7-inning games.
0-1. Rodriguez, a heavy hack. He comes up empty for a strike. 0-2 now on Rodriguez. Rhineflesh a chance to put him away. Record his second strikeout if he is able to do so. Rhineflesh ready now. Pitch is low. And 1-2 out of the count. The wind's kind of shifted. Going
Yeah, I noticed that
right
too.
field now instead of left. Definitely helps Jimmy if he were to put one in the air. 1-2 from Rhineflesh to Rodriguez. That one's high.
I was thinking, although he's 3-2 on Rodriguez, without walking anyone, it helps to keep the pitch count down. 2-2 it is.
And you wonder how long Rhineflesh is going to stay in this game. 2-2 count. That ball's hit softly to short. Could be a tough play for Haas. Bare hands, and he's got no play. And a base hit. Infield base hit for Eric Rodriguez. And 2 runners on now for the Kings for their 9-hole hitter, Devontae Glenn.
You'll never see Rodriguez run faster. Number 8 hitter, batting average low. I got to get a hit.
Doesn't matter how you get him as long as you get him.
Exactly.
They all count the same.
Glenn made that nice play in left field back in the Sheboygan second.
First pitch to Glenn is foul back. 0-1 on the Kings' 9-hole hitter.
I was just thinking regarding Brad's pitching, maybe his breaking ball isn't quite as sharp yet.
Definitely takes a couple appearances to get that feeling back for it. Pitch to Glenn is just inside. That looked like a good breaking ball that time.
Yeah.
Had Glenn turn his back to the ball. 1-1, 2 outs, 2 runners on for Kenosha. Trying to take back the lead that Sheboygan tied. That one's foul back. 1-2 now.
You got an admirer, Lucas. Right outside the window, he's looking up, he's admiring you. I want to be like Lucas.
Yeah. 1-2 on Glenn. Rhineflesh trying to escape this second inning without allowing a run. Keep this score tied. Pitch. Breaking ball got him swinging.
That was a good
Rhineflesh
breaking pitch.
records his second strikeout and then escapes the second inning. We're still tied at 1 as we head to the third inning.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you shop for more than yourself. You help support sustainability in all our communities.
Thank you.
Today, tomorrow, communities.
Thank you.
Today, tomorrow, and for years to come.
After the top of the third, 3-4-5 due up for Sheboygan. Stelt, Neese, and Hanselman for this third inning against Ethan Warren, who was locked in towards the end of that first inning, early the second inning. Then all of a sudden, 3 hits from the 8, 9, and 1 hitters at Sheboygan, and we found ourselves tied.
Yeah, it's amazing that Ethan is pretty inconsistent, at least so far this game. But when he's been on, he's been almost unhittable.
It's a good quality to have as a pitcher if you just have your stuff that day. Very difficult to hit, especially being a left-hander, something that a lot of teams in this league don't see too often.
Sheboygan's second game today is at 8 o'clock tonight, and that's against Addison. And
The
you said I
fourth
could
time.
do that game?
Yeah, of course.
Okay,
But you're the boss here. Be the
Lucas
fifth time.
taking game 1 because I was a little late getting here. I had some other duties to tend to. And Lucas said I could take the second game as long as he gets tomorrow's game.
Yeah.
And since I won't be here tomorrow, it's a deal, Lucas. Let's get a big inning started.
That game tonight against Addison will be the 5th time already Sheboygan will see that as the Braves. 5th and last as that pitch is low to Harry. Saw him 4 times last weekend. Took 3 out of 4. That's why Sheboygan finds himself at the top of the state league. 4-1 record after defeating Green Bay on Tuesday.
We mentioned the 2 games that were rained out earlier this week. The Menasha game has been rescheduled. That's going to be on July 10th. That's a Friday. CJ, do we have the Kenosha game set up? Kewaskum? That game has not been rescheduled yet.
1-2 on Stelz. He drew a walk his first time up and hits that one softly in foul territory. Going after it is Ethan. Cannot make the catch.
Oh, and just foul. Harry could see it was foul. That's why he wasn't running.
Bujdos was chasing after, and he found himself in shallow right field. I'd say more than shallow right field by the time he slid for that ball, but came up empty.
Yeah, that was a great effort by him.
One and two on Stelt, trying to lead off the inning with a base runner for the A's. And takes it low, evens it up at 2-2. Harry comes in today hitting .457, leading the team in average, as you'd probably assume with that number. Swing and a miss by Harry. And another strikeout, making number 4 on the day for Warren on the mound. And he struck out now the 3, 4, 5, and 6 hitters in the A's lineup.
Yeah, it doesn't sound very good, does it?
One of those strikeout victims was Jacob Neese, his first time up. So you may have a better result in attempt number 2. Pitch from Warren is high and outside. And it's 1-0 now on Neese.
Neese on the season has drawn 4 walks.
Pitch to Jacob is in there for a strike. Just on that outside corner, a great pitch by Warren.
He's had a good average coming in to today's game, 289.
That one hit in the deep left field. Going after it is Glenn. He will not get there. It's going to be off the wall. Extra bases for Jacob Neese, and he'll be in at second base with a double. And a 1 out. Man in scoring position for the A's.
Third double for Jacob on the season. And, he hit that one nice. The problem is when he hit that ball, the wind was blowing in from left field to right. If it had blowing the other way, he might have got it out.
Maybe in the first inning, he might have had a chance at a home run. His first one on the year it would have been. Chase Hanselman now up. Runner in scoring position. Chance to give the A's the lead in the third inning. First pitch to Hanselman is line past the outstretched glove of Lesnick. Neese will be held at third, but back-to-back hits again for Sheboygan.
Good piece of hitting by Chase.
Back-to-back hard hit balls for the A's.
And those guys that had the two of the strikeouts are getting hits. Let's hopefully Jimmy can follow suit.
Second time around the order, but a little bit more effective for Sheboygan. After having just the 2 hits from the 8 and 9 hitters, first time around, they've already got 3 hits through the first 5 the second time around. Totaling 5 hits on the day for the A's. And good move over to first, but back in time is Hanselman. Tough with those left-handers. They're always looking at you at first base.
Yes, it's a whole different game if you're trying to steal a base.
First pitch to Jurgensen. That one is hit deep to right, but he got off the end just a little bit. And Hurd makes the catch on his way home as Neese. The throw in is offline, and Neese scores on the sacrifice fly, and advancing to second is Chase Hanselman. Man, I thought he got more of that than he actually did.
I was watching Hurd, and he did it textbook. Got behind the ball, came up, made the catch, and threw as he caught after he caught it. A very bad throw, but at least he did it the right way. And actually, the runner advances on a throwing error, I'd give him.
Yeah, costly mistake by here, especially on those deep fly balls. You want the outfield thrower in the second base to prevent that runner going to score position.
Right.
And now line to center field. Cal Casper going after its Reed, and he makes the catch to complete the inning. But Sheboygan gets a run. After back-to-back hits, Jurgensen comes through with a sacrifice fly to give the A's a 2-1 lead as we're through 2.5.
Let me tell you a story about a beer rooted in the heart of America, found in a community where a handshake is a sure contract, brewed for those who found opportunity in challenge and hope in tomorrow, raised by generations, willing to sip, share, risk, remember. This is a story bigger than beer. This is the story of the American spirit.
All right, guys, we got teriyaki, honey barbecue, and mild. Enjoy. All right, DOA wings, hottest on the menu.
You got a problem?
Back from the bottom of the third inning, Brad Rhineflesh back to the mountain. It's just the second road game. I say that with quotations because they're still at home, but it's just their second road game of the season. Kind of a weird start to the season for having so many home games.
I heard they went to home plate to flip the coin for, ins and outs, and they told Tim, heads you win, tails you lose, and he fell for it.
It'll be 9-1 and 2 due up for Kenosha in the bottom half of the third inning.
As long as we're acting silly, do you know how you can tell it's a dad joke?
How?
When it's apparent.
I got you. Appearance. I got you. Took me a second, though.
That's good enough. Good enough for me.
JT Reed, the leadoff batter, due up for Kenosha. 1, 2, and 3. Reed, Lesnick, and Bujos. After Kenosha scored the first run of the game in the bottom half of the first inning, Sheboygan has answered with back-to-back single tallies in the second and third frames. Pitch is just inside on Reed. Evens up at 1-1. Reed had that leadoff triple, hit it hard right over the head of Ames in center. One of the 2 base hits for the Kings. Takes that one high. The only other base hit for Kenosha was the infield hit by Eric Rodriguez last inning. That one hit to right field, going back. His Salem continually go back on the warning track. And it's out of here.
Boy, oh boy.
JT Reed, a high ceiling fly ball out of the park to tie it up at 2.
Hit it to the correct spot, too, right down the line, and the wind is blowing out. And it looked like Salen had a beat on it the whole way, and all of a sudden there was the fence.
Saw him put his glove up. I thought he was about ready to pull it in, and all of a sudden he's looking up, and it's over the wall. Now, we talked about Folish last time against Green Bay already. The hardest part of the cycle completed now for JT Reed.
2 games in a row.
Lesnick. He pops that one up on the infield. Neese moving to shallow right center, makes the catch for the first out. Brings up Bujdos, the first baseman. He struck out, one of the 2 strikeouts from Brad Rhineflesh in the first inning. Pitch is in there for a strike. Rhineflesh throws hard, we know that, and he throws a lot of pitches. We also know that over his time at Sheboygan. That one, pop-up in the foul territory. Stelt on the warning track, makes the catch. Difficult with that wall right there, and he made a jumping grab to get the second out. Back-to-back pop-outs for Kenosha.
Quick outs, too.
Yes.
Early in the count. First pitch to that last guy.
Jack Ryan now after the leadoff home run, too quick, retired by Rhineflesh.
If I remember correctly, Ryan hit that hard line drive right at Harry. He got robbed on that.
And went opposite field, but Stelt was standing right there. And it's trying that way again, but it fouls it off. A lot of single tallies in this game. 4 of them.
Yeah,
to make the
let's
score
keep it that
2-2.
way, especially this half inning.
Ryan's hitting cleanup in the Kenosha order today's game as Ryan lines one to right field. Salen going back again, looking up, and that one is gone. 2-homer inning for the Kenosha Kings, gives them the lead. And so much for the single tally in the third. Kenosha's got 2 of them.
Ryan got all of that. You could hear it right off the bat, and Emmett gave it a look, went all the way back to the wall, but you could tell right away that was a goner.
And Rhineflesh ran into a little bit of trouble in the second inning, but he was able to evade his way out of it. In the third, he hasn't had anyone on base, and yet he's given up 2 runs, both on solo homers. That pitch missed somewhere.
Brad working quicker than normal.
You just wonder how long the leash is. Not that he's pitching bad, but just not having pitched often if there's a little bit of a pitch count on him. Obviously, doesn't really pertain to Brad when it comes to his pitching ability. We know his arm can go forever. And Hurd now got a 1-2 count. Still in the third inning, 2-3 now. Kings grab the lead back after this 2 solo homers in this bottom of the third inning.
Aaron Hurd, if I remember correctly, was one of their better hitters.
He's had a very solid start as he pops that one up, and it's down. 4 A's converged, none of them came up with the ball. And Hurd's got a base hit on a ball that he did not hit very hard at all.
It's too bad Brad didn't just call for it.
A lot of times you don't see the pitcher making those catches, but it's about right on the mound almost.
Yes.
Harrison Garrett reached on an error. The only Sheboygan error so far. Hit it softly on the ground to short. It's a miracle that Haas even got there, but rushed the throw a little bit and airmailed Jurgensen at first. And on the move, the second is heard. That one's a line right at Haas, and he makes the catch for the third out, but not before two solo shots give the Kings the lead. 3-2 Kenosha as we head to the fourth.
The estimated hold time is now less than 96 minutes. We thank you for your patience.
Sorry, are you still there?
Yes.
Okay, please hold.
Top of the fourth. 8, 9, and 1 due up for Sheboygan. All three of them had hits the last time they were up. See if the second time is just as great as their first time against Ethan Warren.
Give Ethan Warren a little motivation to pitch well. His offense is giving him the runs he needs. Now he's got to do his part.
It's been a back and forth ball game. Kenosha grabbed the lead. Sheboygan got 2 in the second and third. And Kenosha put up a 2 spot as well on that third inning. Take the lead right back. 3-2 Kings. And Kings have had a strong start to 2026. They just beat Green Bay earlier today. And as we mentioned before, they're tied for first place in the state league. Emmett Salen started that second inning with that 2-out base hit, and he hits that one softly up the middle, but right there is Lesnick, and he throws the first in time to retire Salen for the first out of the inning.
Lesnick looked pretty smooth on that ground ball and that pickup.
Hudson Wagner now, line one to right center field in the second inning. Got his second hit of the season. They're missing the first couple of games. Pitch from Warren is outside.
Wagner looks like a good hitter. I know we've talked about this. He just needs to make more consistent contact.
He
Seems
hit the ball
to
hard.
swing and miss a lot.
Proved he could hit the ball hard in that last at bat. Hits that one for a base hit through the right side of the infield, and 2 hits on the day for Hudson Wagner. And a base runner for Sheboygan. Bring up Alex Ames. See if we continue this back and forth game. See if the A's can grab the lead back now.
Wagner not a much of a base stealer. I don't think he'll be going.
Especially a left-hander, that much more difficult.
Exactly.
And Ames takes the first pitch low. Ames and Haas. 2 due up for Sheboygan. 1 down. And a runner on first, that's Wagner, just singled. Swing and a miss by Ames. Sheboygan's got 6 hits. Took back the lead in that category after the Kenosha Kings got 2 of their own in the third. 6-5 the hit total. Ames hits one sharply, but right at Warren. The throw to second is offline. On his way to third is Wagner. And it'll be runners on the corners with one out after the miscue on the mound by Warren.
He had a lot of time and just made a terrible throw.
Feels like that's always the ball that's the most dangerous for a pitcher. The throw to second base, it always seems like that's the one that they mess up. You feel like they have less time than they actually do.
And we got to take advantage of that error. That'll be interesting to see if Ames is going to be going with first and third and Haas up. See what Tim Moyer elects to do.
George Haas. Haas takes it outside. Bob Moore's done a lot of damage for the A's so far. 8 and 9 hitters are combined 3 for 4. 2 of those hits coming from Wagner and the other one from Emmett Salin. And the check over at first on Ames. He's in there safely.
Alex, I didn't think he was that far off, but he dove in. He had to be off balance a little bit. Wanted to make sure he got back.
Might have been leaning a little bit. See if he's on the move here. Another check over, and he's in a rundown. See if Wagner's on the move home. He will not be, and
he dropped the ball.
And Ames is
calling him
called out. Despite the drop by Cotty at second. They must have said it was on the transfer. It's a really good move.
Very good move, and Warren made a great play coming there. Two pitches in a row. He had Ames leaning on the first pickoff throw and picked him off on the second.
No, Haas has to get a base hit more than likely to bring in the run from third, Wagner. After Ames was retired on the pickoff. And that pitch is outside 2-0 now. Haas had a great at bat his first time up, found himself in an 0-2 hold and took 4 balls in a row, worked the walk. And lines up the middle right at Warren. And unfortunate for George Haas to come up empty after that. The score remains 3-2. Warren escapes the jam.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you help support programs like Boys and Girls Clubs and Girls Who Code that show kids they can dream anything and do even more.
Cold beer on a Friday night, a pair of jeans that fit just right, and the radio.
Bottom of the 4th inning. Ryan Flesh still out there for Sheboygan. And they'll see 7, 8, 9 in this Kenosha order. Try to put that scoreless 0 on the board. And after a 2 spot on 2 solo home runs, 3rd inning for Kenosha.
You know, they're trying to give us gifts. I mean, they are, and we're just not taking advantage of it.
Cotty will be the first man to hit. The second baseman, who was the one who tagged out Ames on the pickoff rundown attempt. Cotty popped out to Ryan Flesh, his first time up, on a bunt. And that one missed him. Looked like it almost got his elbow, but counts 1-0 on Cotty.
I think Joel's one of those kind of guys. Don't hit me, I want to hit.
Ryan Flesh, the pitch is hit softly on the ground. A Haas at short. Fields and throws the first in time. Giaccotti for the first out. Brings up Eric Rodriguez, who got that infield base hit. And the ball softly on the ground to Haas, and he had no chance. Rodriguez the DH today's game. Oh, breaking ball right on that outside corner. Starts off Rodriguez with an 0-1 count. Rodriguez hits it softly. Jurgensen fields, flips to Ryan Flesh, and it throws behind him. And another ball that stays in infield that Rodriguez reaches on. An E3. The second error for the A's. Brings up Devontae Glenn. Tough guy to double up with his speed. Struck out his first time up. First pitch is low from Ryan Flesh.
That strikeout by Glenn in the second was Brad's second. He's still only got 2.
Not used to seeing that low strikeout numbers from Ryan Flesh. It's a good Kenosha team. Part of the reason why that number is lower.
I think that's definitely a part of it, and also the injury to the arm. You know, maybe he just doesn't have quite the same velocity and break on his breaking pitches that he would if he would have been healthy.
1-1 now. Glenn, he shows bunt, misses. The pickoff back at first is not in time. Great play by Casper. If that throw maybe a little more on the bag, he might have had a chance.
He would have had a chance, definitely.
Strong throw nonetheless. 1-2. Ryan Flesh trying to retire Glenn for the second time. Pitch is outside. Casper thought about another back pick to first, but thought better of it. 2-2, 1 out on Glenn. Runner on first is Rodriguez, who reached on error. Pitch is hit softly over the head of Nissan in the right field for a base hit. Rodriguez holds at second. A fumble from right field will allow both runners to advance.
Oh my, another error.
Salem muffed it. And right give him an error. The third Sheboygan error. And what should have been runners at first and second, it's now runners on second and third with 1 out.
There should be a runner on first with 2 outs is what there should be. Now we're giving them some gifts, but we got to buckle down and not let them take advantage.
And the thorn in the side of Sheboygan today, JT Reed, the man up with 2 runners to score position. See what Ryan Flesh's plan of attack is against Reed. Breaking ball in there for a strike.
Like Lucas mentioned earlier, Reed has got the hard part of the cycle done, a triple and a homer.
Infield comes in for Sheboygan, and Reed pops it up. Right on the infield, Haas makes the catch, no tag, and a big out for Brad Rindflesh. Get the leadoff batter who had 2 extra base hits, triple and a homer, and keep both runners where they are.
Lesnick hit a high pop-up to Jacob Neese that he caught out in short right field. It was not an easy catch, but even though Lesnick is 0 for 1, he does have a sacrifice fly RBI.
Sacrifice fly came after Reed's triple. Hit one in the shallow left, but Hansman couldn't quite get Reed's speed. As Lesnick takes outside for a ball. Kenosha in front 3-2. Rindflesh looking to keep it that way as Lesnick pulled the hands in, but fouls it off down the first base line. Both teams now 6 hits and 5 combined errors in today's game. We're not even through the 4th inning yet.
We're not used to this many errors in a game.
1-1. Pitch to Lesnick is lined down the first base line. Foul again. That would have been dangerous had that stayed fair.
Yes, and seems like Ryan is really barreling up Brad's pitches.
Steer Brad goes here with 2 strikes. Does a pitch to waste. Pitchers count 1 and 2. We try to get Lesnick to chase outside the zone. Pitch is just inside. Aims it up at 2-2.
Brad wanted that pitch, but it did look a touch inside. Good take by Lesnick.
And after a long look good for Brad, Lesnick takes time. (3-2) Kenosha on the runs category, but 3-2 Sheboygan in the errors category. Hopefully Sheboygan can keep that scoreboard at 3-2 through 4. Ryan Flesh a strike away from doing that. Pitch is outside, and now he's in danger of loading the bases.
Getting late in this game when Sheboygan comes up in the 5th, they'll only have that inning and then 2 more chances to make up that 1 run.
Being the road team today, Sheboygan, a little bit different atmosphere. As that one line to left field, it's going to get down for base hit and roll all the way to the wall. 2 runs will score, and Lesnick will be in the second with a double in worst case scenario for Rindflesh. As Kenosha strikes again, the score is 5-2 Kings. And that
This makes it really tough.
And those will be
Lucas.
unearned runs too, with the error on Jurgensen. Jared Bujdo still with the runner at second base, and now a 3-run lead for the Kings. Takes a strike on that outside corner. Bujdo's the first baseman. No, he's got great speed. Almost ran down that one pop-up in foul territory. Pitch from Rindflesh hits him. Oh, off the glove of Casper. Looked like it hit him. Did not, and the runner advances to third. Lesnick now 1 wild pitch away from this league extending even more.
Pitch right off the glove of Cal Casper. Sounded like it hit the batter, didn't it?
It did. 1-1. Breaking ball in there for a strike. 1-2 again. Rindflesh a strike away. Leave that runner stranded at third. Pitch is hit in the ear to right center field. Chase it after it's sailing, and he'll make the catch. He did not make the catch. He dropped it, and looked like he came up with it, but as soon as you saw him turn around, you knew that ball was still on the ground. And another run scores for Kenosha on another error.
Second one of the inning by Salen out and right.
All these
Only
runs,
so much a pitcher can do. You still need some help from your fielders, and he's Brad not getting it this half inning.
4th Sheboygan error, and we're only in the 4th inning. Pitch is popped up. See if Sheboygan can get out of it this time. Running in is Hanselman, and he makes the catch to end the 4th inning. But Kenosha gets 3 more, and they now lead 6-2 through 4.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you don't just feed yourself or your family. You help support programs like Simply Give that feed our neighbors in need.
Thank you.
I grew up working in my family's supper clubs. This is where it started with us as far as the fish that we serve at Culver's today. We source the finest cod and batter each fillet by hand and always cook it to order. That beautiful golden brown color and flaky on the inside. The fish fry is a Midwest tradition. It's about families coming together. I love bringing this tradition to guests everywhere. Mom and Dad would be proud. Welcome to Delicious.
Wingism number 1, the Flavor Saver. Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor. Wingism number 2, the Joker.
Then our dad walked in. Dude, we're done eating. Use a napkin. Serious? Yeah. Are you serious? Yeah, I'm serious. Why so serious?
Legend Larry's, the definition of flavor.
Back for the top of the 5th inning, Harry Stout leads it off after Sheboygan concedes 3 more runs, and the Kings now find themselves out in front by 4. First pitch to Stout is swung on and missed. Harry's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. He drew a walk in the first. Pitch is lined to right field foul. Sheboygan's getting their hits. They've had some runners in scoring position that they've left stranded.
6 men left on base so far, Lucas.
And it hurts being that they only have the 2 runs, not assuming you score everyone that you have on base. That's not fair to assume. But you hope to get a couple more than even 6 as Stout swings and misses.
Warren looked like he took a little something off of that pitch and fooled Harry.
Jacob Neese now, he had a double his last time up. He's 1 for 2.
5th strikeout for Warren.
He hasn't had as much strikeout stuff recently. He struck out 3 batters in a row to end the first to begin the second. Just 2 since. As Neese sits on the ground, the short, and Lesnick throws over in time for the second out. 2 quick outs.
There was a bad omen in the Sheboygan A's top of the first when they put 2 runners on with walks, and the next 2 hitters, the 4 and 5 hitters, both struck out, and there were other opportunities that we didn't capitalize on, and it's hurting us at this point. But we rallied with 2 outs to score a run earlier in the game. Maybe we can do it right now.
Now Chase Hazard's going to be up the guy that started off.
Hanselman playing out in left field today.
Pitch to Chase is low. 1-1. Hanselman at both at-bats with runners in scoring position so far. This will be obviously without one. No one on base as he takes a strike. It's 1 for 2. Brought home Jacob Neese his last time up. Or he moved him over to third before the sacrifice fly from Jurgensen brought home Neese. 1-2. And Handsome in lines with a left field. Going back on it's Glenn, but he's there to make the catch. To end the top of the 5th inning. 3 up, 3 down for Warren. And after a big inning from the Kings, they throw a shutdown one on the mound, and it's still 6-2 through 4.5.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you shop for more than yourself. You help support sustainability in all our communities.
Thank you.
Today, tomorrow, and for years to come.
Casey Stone now on the mound for Sheboygan after Brad Reinflesh completes 4 innings. Stone looking to keep the score right where it is in this 5th inning. And he'll have to face the 5, 6, and 7 hitters due up for Kenosha.
Final numbers for Brad. He went 5 innings, gave up 7 hits, 6 runs. Only 3 of those were earned. No walks, 2 strikeouts, and allowed 2 home runs.
These 2 home runs both came in the 3rd inning. One to lead off the inning, then one with 2 outs from Reed and Ryan. That gave Kenosha the lead at the time. And then they responded with 3 more in the 4th inning to extend that lead and add some insurance. And beating the home team, Sheboygan's run out of time. 6 outs left for their offense. Pitch from Stone is in there for a strike.
Stone has gone 6 innings. High ERA of 9.81, but that'll go down. So he gets a little more pitching opportunity.
In the center field going back is Ames. Now coming in and making the catch for the first out. It's tough with that sun in center. Ames read it well and made the catch. Now Harrison Garrett. He's 0 for 2, but he reached on error before lining right back at Haas, who committed the error the first time, but Haas came up with that one. Pitch from Stone is in there for a strike. 0-1 on Garrett. Cotty, the other man due up in the inning. He's on deck right now. Pitch is in there for a strike. Stone throws some strikes, even though defense hasn't been what it's used to so far today. Give your defense a chance. 0-2, and that one hit in the right. Salin coming in, and he makes that catch for the out. Back-to-back flyouts against Casey Stone. Now 2 are out for Joel Cotty.
Cotty popped out to the pitcher. His first at bat, he was trying to attempt a sacrifice bunt and grounded to short.
Takes that first pitch for a strike. That one swung on and missed. Heavy hack by Cotty. That one's low. Now 1-2. 2 quick outs by Stone. Both on flyouts. Trying to retire the side in order. Pitch is swung on and missed. A 3 up, 3 down inning for Casey Stone on the mound. Now it's time for the A's offense to get going as we head to the 6th inning, 6-2 Kenosha.
Let me tell you a story about a beer rooted in the heart of America, found in a community where a handshake is a sure contract, brewed for those who found opportunity in challenge and hope in tomorrow, raised by generations, willing to sip, share, risk, remember. This is a story bigger than beer. This is the story of the American spirit.
All right, guys, we got teriyaki, honey barbecue, and mild. Enjoy. All right, DOA wings, hottest on the menu.
You got a problem?
Getting ready for the top of the 6th inning. And Warren's still out on the mound for Kenosha. Another state league action. West Dallas is on top of Lombard, 4-1. And that means that if Kenosha were to hold this scoreline, they'd be tied with West Dallas still for the Wisconsin State League first place. Sheboygan would fall in 3rd as Jurgensen swings and misses. It'd be a 1-2 start for Lombard if they don't hold on, Marty. Last time you've seen that.
Yeah, that'd be a good thing. Like you said, I don't believe we were on the air at the time, but like you said, it's awfully early in the season.
It is. Just touching mid-June. And Jurgensen takes a called
that
strike
pitch
3.
looked very low, and Jimmy took it like he should have, but the umpire called him out. And Jimmy has a few words for the home plate ump, but not going to change anything.
Clearly disagreed, but he's going to be going back to the dugout regardless, like you mentioned. Now it's Cal Casper, he's 0 for 2. A's have been able to string hits together against Warren, but you just got to get that first hit to start the string. He's got 6 hits compared to Kenosha's 7. And Casper lines one down the right field line, but foul. 1-1 on Cal. Cal these past couple of games making a lot better contact.
Yeah, he hit the first fly ball to center field was hit very hard. The second one was more of a lazy fly ball to center. See if he can come up with a hit here.
1-2. Cal's coming off a 2-hit day against the Blue Ribbons. One of those came off a left-hander. Casper hits one sharply but right at Cotty, and he throws the first in time for the second out. Now the last 7 have been retired by Kenosha. Emmett Salin now, he's got one of those hits. Started that 2-out rally in the 2nd inning. He was the run that scored. And Salin takes one in there for a strike. A's are running out of time. Just a 7-inning game, and they're the road team. Kenosha may only have one more at bat, as that one's taken.
Why don't we just go to our half of the 7th?
Salem lines one to left field, but foul. A couple of hard hit balls, but they haven't been between the lines. Casper hit one hard, and now Salem both foul. Home plate umpire calls time, making sure Kenosha defense is in position after Glenn had to go and retrieve the foul ball.
Jackson Tillman not here today, the bat boy for Sheboygan.
1 and 2 on Salem. He struck him out swinging. Another 3 up, 3 down inning for Warren. And it's still 6-2 Kenosha as we're through 5 and a half.
The estimated hold time is now less than 96 minutes. We thank you for your patience.
Sorry, are you still there?
Yes.
Okay, please hold.
Still Casey Stone to pitch this 6th inning. Keep this score where it is. Sheboygan's offense will have one more chance in the 7th if they want to come back and win this ball game. Kenosha's look like a really solid team so far, Marty. You know, they had the 4-1 record coming in. They had beaten Lombard.
We've been emphasizing on and off throughout the game about Ethan Warren and how inconsistent he was in that first and second inning. But he's settled down quite well. He's retired 8 in a row, starting with 1 out in the 4th and then a base hit. Batting for Rodriguez is Tyler Anderson.
Rodriguez reached twice on an error and on an infield hit. First pitch to Anderson is in there.
Stone started the 5th, got him 1, 2, 3. Hopefully he can do that in the 6th, and Sheboygan can come up with some runs.
Anderson fouled it back.
They need 3 to tie, 4 to take the lead.
Need 4 to tie.
4 to tie.
6-2 Kenosha.
Oh, shoot.
A little bit more difficult now.
We should have kept score more often in gym class.
Yeah, right?
Practice my counting.
0-2 on the pinch hitter Anderson. Marty mentioned Stone retired the 3 batters that he faced in the 5th as a little check swing, bloop in the shallow left field. Hanselman dives and can't come up with it. And Anderson will be content with the single, but the ball gets away. But Jurgensen's right there.
George Haas with good hustle, trying to help out, and did. Got that ball in before Anderson could go to second.
And we've seen Hanselman make catches like that in the outfield before. But that one just passed his outstretched glove. Anderson leads off the 6th with the hit. Now the 9-hole hitter, Devontae Glenn, who brought home both runners his last time up, as it pops that one up. Again in the shallow right center field. That one's down. 2 bloop hits for Kenosha. And leadoff runner's on with very, very minimal amount of exit velocity.
You know, sometimes you just can't catch a break.
Yeah. Now leadoff hitter JT Reed, he's had a thing for exit velocity. He's hit both balls. Both of his extra base hits have been very hard hit, his triple and his home run. And that one nearly hit him. Throw back to second. Dangerous throw, and it gets past Haas. And both runners will advance, and not a smart move down 4.
Nope. E2 on that one. Bad throw.
Make it 5 errors now on the A's. And that's part of the reason why they find themselves down. Of the 3 runs scored in the 4th inning for Kenosha, none of them were earned. Two runners on. Nobody out for JT Reed. Takes a strike.
Sheboygan brings their defense in too to try and cut down any more runs from scoring.
Yeah, can't allow it to get any worse. 4's already a tough hill to climb, but 5 or 6 makes it that much more difficult.
Crowd very quiet in the stands, unlike the other night.
It's been, after Sheboygan took the lead, it's been all Kenosha. Reed swings and misses. 1-2 now. Infield in for Sheboygan, as Marty mentioned. Reed did pop out last time in a situation similar to this. That one's a called strike 3. Looked a tad bit outside, but we'll take it.
Second strikeout for Stone.
Brings up Ryan Lesnick. Is there any thought of putting him on? To set the double play opportunity?
Might not be a bad idea.
Set the force everywhere. Sheboygan will not do it with Lesnick at the plate. And he hits that one in the shallow right center field, and that'll get down. Another blue pit. 1 run scores. Around third is Glenn, and he's going to score. The throw to second base is in time. Sheboygan gets an out, but they can see 2 runs, so a net loss. It's now 8-2 Kenosha.
Well, it's like they know just where to hit it, and they've done it a couple times this game. A good throw that time by Cal to get the runner.
It looks like Lesnick shaken up after that slide in the second base. Kenosha coaching staff coming out to check on him. Lesnick's had a great day. He's got 2 hits.
4 RBIs, 5 RBIs. I was thinking when Ames threw the ball home, that's a terrible throw. You know, he didn't throw it through the cutoff man. The guy's going to go to second. And Lesnick read the throw, so he ran to second. It was just a great play by Casper to get him out.
We know how strong that arm of Casper is behind the plate. Showed it off on that one. Brings up Jared Bujos. He is 0 for 3 tonight with a strikeout. A pop-up, but he reached on an error.
Well, hopefully Lesnick will be okay.
And Bujos hits that one to left, going back handsome. It did get a great read on it. It's off the wall. And Bujos will be in at second base with a double. And they just keep hitting, Marty.
Just
4
keep
hits.
hitting. I thought, I was going to say at first, Hanselman played that into a double, but I don't think he was going to catch it even with a good break. But he did take a step in.
8 of the 9 players that started the game for Kenosha have reached base today. The only one that hasn't was the one who was in the MLB, Joel Cotty. That pitch is low. Jack Ryan hit a home run, one of the 2 home runs in that 3rd inning. That really flipped the script of this game. An inning that Sheboygan came into with the lead. As that one is lined up the middle for a base hit. A 5-hit inning now for Kenosha. Around third is Bujos, and he's going to score with ease. It's 9-2 Kenosha. Now the winning run is on deck. if Kenosha wanted to end this thing in 6. Aaron Hurd now. Flew out the centers last time, and after such a clean first inning from Stone, just hasn't been the same story here in his second inning of work.
They've found the openings in the A's defense, that's for sure.
That pitch is out inside. 9-2 now, Kings. Showing why they find themselves at the top of the state league. It looks like they will remain there after today's game. Rightfully so.
We play Addison tonight. That's they've shown to be a tough customer. I know we won 3 out of 4 weekend or so ago, but there was, I think, out of those 4, only one was a real blowout. The rest were reasonably close.
That's still their only win in the state league. They find themselves at 1-8 as Hurd fouls that one way out of here to the woods of no return. 2-1 now on Hurd. Lombard's going to fall to 1-2 as he mentioned after more than likely they're going to lose to West Dallas, who's up 5-1 now. So that tie in first place between the Kings and the Nationals, both at 5-1, if both scores hold. That one's a strike. Casper thought about backpicking at first, but again, thought better of it. 2-2 on Hurd. Stone looking to get out of this 6-8 without any more damage. Maybe Sheboygan can find a miracle in the top half of the 7th. As that one's a line foul and just a tad early from Hurd, otherwise he'd already have hit one out of here.
He's costing the club a lot of money.
2-2 still. Hurd's really working the count against Stone. Pitch is swung on and missed as Stone gets out of it. Gave up 3 runs before that, and it's now 9-2 Kings as we head to the 7th inning.
Whenever you shop Meijer, you help support programs like Boys and Girls Clubs and Girls Who Code that show kids they can dream anything and do even more.
Well, I'ma take you home. Cold beer on a Friday night, a pair of jeans that fit just right, and the radio.
Back to the top of the 7th inning, 50-50 raffle just completed. $110 the total for first game of this Saturday.
Scott Freaky, our winner. Longtime A's fan.
A's need a miracle in the 7th inning, down 7 runs. 9, 1, and 2 due up. Hudson Wagner was 2 for 2 today, and Alex Ames and George Haas are 3. That will come to the plate here in the 7th. Ethan Warren, he's done all you could ask for him on the mound.
7 to tie, 8 to win. It's doable.
Yeah. Really, any deficit's doable in baseball. There's no time limit.
Exactly.
But definitely not realistic. Never know, though. Game baseball could be weird times. Crazier things have happened. Just a couple weeks ago, or a couple days ago, Nationals were up 9-1 on the Giants before the Giants put up 10 runs in 2 innings and came back and won the game.
Well, think of it this way from the positive. Hudson Wagner's leading it off. He's already got 2 hits. Why not get 3? Then we're right back to the top of the order.
And hits that one foul. Really gonna make Wagner's average look pretty nice after this game. He had 1 hit coming in and 2 hits today. And pitch is taken high. Average sits now at 231 for Wagner. See if he can bring it up over 250 with a base hit here. And check swing, and he went around. And he's out on strikes. Another strikeout for Warren on the mound.
That's his 8th, Lucas.
He's been all over the Sheboygan hitters. Alex Ames now. Sheboygan left those 6 runners on base. Even if all of them scored, they'd still find themselves losing.
Yeah.
It's been dominant performance by the Kings, especially after the 3rd inning.
Well, give Ethan Warren a lot of credit. He a little inconsistent early on, but he's really settled down the latter part of the game.
Pitch is outside on Ames. 1-1, 1 out.
Tired 9 in a row.
Last batter to reach was Wagner's single back in the 4th inning as Ames fouls it off. On a hit, that is. Ames reached on an error. It's been tough going. The A's offense. Pitch is low. Now it's 2-2. The A's were up 2-1 going into that bottom of the 3rd inning. Having just scored 2 runs in a row to take that lead. 1 in the 2nd, 1 in the 3rd. Ames fouls it off. And then all of a sudden, Kenosha woke up.
Yeah.
And they scored 8 unanswered runs now to now hold a 9-2 advantage.
One thing we've talked about, when you are able to grab the lead like Sheboygan did in the 3rd with that run, they were up 2-1 at that point, and then Kings came to bat in the bottom half of the 3rd, and Brad just not able to hold the lead, giving up the 2 home runs. And then 3 more in the 4th by Kenosha, and then 3 more in the 6th, and all of a sudden we have a blowout.
2-2 now to Ames. Try to get a couple runs back of this inning. Use that momentum going into tonight's game versus Addison. Pitch to Ames is hit softly. It's going to be a tough play, and it'll be no play as Ames beats it out. Ryan had no chance.
Yep, infield hit.
2-hit day for Alex Ames. Now bring up George Haas. Haas is 0 for 2, but he's hit the ball hard. Lined out right at Warren his last time up.
He had a good at-bat way back in the 1st inning when he was down 2 strikes and was able to work a walk.
Pitch to Haas is high. Haas reached 2nd after he drew a walk, back-to-back walks in that 1st inning by him and Harry Stout. But they're both left straight after back-to-back strikeouts. And Warren has really been locked in since then, throwing strikes at least. Haas fouls it off.
George from Coal Valley, Illinois. I think you mentioned earlier he attends Marion College.
The pipeline, as you mentioned, Marion. 1-1 on Haas. And slipping on the mound, and still gets a swing and a miss as Warren. Did a somersault nearly on the mound, but Haas came up empty.
Hopefully Warren's okay.
You know you're having a special day when you don't even complete your pitch.
Yeah.
Still getting swings and misses. 1-2. Breaking ball missed, barely. Ease it up now. 2-2. Still just the 1 out. Ames is the runner at first. Reached on an infield single. The 7th hit of the day for Sheboygan. Kenosha's got 12. 5 errors have been brutal for Sheboygan as well. Haas fouls at the plate.
So think of the 12 hits and the 5 errors. That's 17 base runners, and they've only come to bat 6 times.
Part of the reasons why they have those 9 runs. 2-2. Check over at first on Ames, and he's already been picked off once, sure. Staying a little bit closer to first now. Especially in a
down
7-run
this
game.
far.
Yeah.
Don't get picked off.
7-run game, you want to be pretty conservative with that lead. Pitch is outside the Haas, and count runs full. Couple good at-bats from George Haas. We mentioned back in the first inning.
Looking back, Warren had those 2 walks in the first inning, back-to-back, and he hasn't walked a batter since.
One of those batters was Haas, as we mentioned. Haas hits one softly to the pitcher and can't come up with that off first. The throw to first is in time. What a play by Warren. Can't seem to stand his feet in the 7th inning, but he still makes the plays regardless.
Actually, the better play was made by Bujo's, the first baseman, who was able to move into foul territory to make the catch and still keep his foot on the base.
Helps to have an athletic first baseman that can make
yes.
plays like that.
Yeah.
Now just 1 out away for Kenosha. Take the first game of the State League Challenge at Wildwood Park. Sheboygan will be in action again tonight at 8 p.m. against the Aspen Braves as Harry hits one on the ground to third. This could do it, and it's muffed. The throw to first anyway did not get Harry Stelt. Close play, but Stelt reaches on an E6, you'd have to assume, E5.
E5, yeah, definitely. Alex was a little confused. He was going to run to third, but all of a sudden the guy bobbled the ball. He didn't know if he should go back to second or continue. And Harry just beat the throw.
Ryan still had a play at first. Nearly got Stelt. Now it's Neese, swing and a miss.
I think Harry felt it was a routine ground ball and maybe didn't run as fast as he should have.
Swing and a miss. That'll mean that no matter what happens in this inning, there'll be 2 earned runs on the day for Warren after the error and 2 outs, the unearned, if Ames and Stelt were to come across. Neese hits one softly to center, but right at JT Reed, and that'll do it. 9-2, the final score. And it was all Kenosha, Marty.
It was all Kenosha, and like I mentioned, they tried to give us some gifts with the walks in the first inning and an error, I think it was, in the third, and we just didn't capitalize. I believe we left 7 runs on base, 8 runners on base, and you know, it's just too many. Brad was not his usual self. Stone looked good in his first inning and then just fell apart in the second. Hopefully we can come away with a win when I'm the lead announcer at 8 o'clock.
And that game will be against the Addison Braves on this Saturday. So have a great rest of your Saturday until 8 o'clock where you come back, listen to us, and God bless.